Hey, what is going on guys? Father Gamer here and welcome back to some more Blade and Sorcery. The U11 beta is now available on Steam to try out, so today we're going to be checking out all the new features that it has to offer. So like that video for me, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's dive in. So the first change that we're checking out today takes place here in the player home. Now you will notice there's a few cosmetic changes, but the main feature is actually just around here. Now you might notice that there's some clothing items lying around, and that is because you can now customize your own clothes. So you see this lever here? If we pull this down, the mirror will become our little dressing station, which will allow us to now start taking off items of clothing. Now you may want to cover your eyes because we're taking it all off here. I need to get into my correct attire. So all of the clothing items can be spawned in and they come with their own physics, allowing them to interact with the world and stuff like that. We're just going to put on our plate leggings here. Now it can be a little bit tricky, but if you get it in the right position, voila! Now I'm just going to go ahead and put the rest of this stuff on off camera and I will meet you in a little while. Okay, so the second really cool feature at the player home that we're going to be taking a look at today is not this. If I could just direct your attention to this door. Guys, Blade and Sorcery finally has door physics. And check this out. What have we got out here? Wow, check this area out. It's a whole new exterior map outside of the player home. And guys, just look how gorgeous this looks. This just looks stunning. Even our house looks incredible. In fact, there's so much more than what the eye can see right now. I thought it'd be a good idea if I give you guys a little rundown. So the new player home map adds lots of new and exciting places for you to check out and explore, adding even more detail and lore to the game. And of course it adds lots of new things for you to do. You could have a nice relaxing day at the beach, enjoy the scenery, or maybe you'd like to have a go at zip lining. Ouch! And then maybe you could go for a swim to cool off. Or maybe you're more of the hands-on type and you prefer to get busy in your very own farm. Say hello! Okay, so now that we're all familiar with the new player home, I'm sure you're all excited to see the new magic and combat. And we're about to check that out very soon, but before we do, I just want to show you all one last new feature. So if you place your hand on your chest or your back and press the spell button, you can access your own inventory, which contains lots of useful items. You can sort of rotate your hand around to access the different menus. You can see you've got utilities and we've got consumables, which has a potion, but it also has an apple, which we can eat. How cool is that? But I think it's about time we check out the new spells. Now I'm sure most of you will be familiar with the fireball spell, and as you can see, it's had some visual improvements. It still acts like a fireball of course, but it looks a lot nicer. But I'm sure as most of you are aware, they have now added in the fireball merge spell. Let's take a look at this now. Look at that! And if we pull it apart, they just get blasted away with a fire shockwave. And of course we can also throw the spell as well. It's extremely powerful. And just look at how good these visuals look. Devastating. I highly love this spell. I'm very pleased with it. I just want to try the shockwave version again. Ready for it? Oh, okay. That didn't work so well that time. They said to expect a few bugs. Let's just try this again. Ready? He just got destroyed. Okay, let's take a look at the lightning spell. Now guys, I used to joke about the lightning spell being sparkle fingers, but as you can see now, it's no joke. It looks a lot better, it does a lot more damage, and of course, we need to try out the merge feature. If you merge it together, you create the death beam of lightning. Look at how powerful this is. Everyone in the arena just gets destroyed, and I love it. It's so OP. I'm just going to try this again. I really enjoy just how powerful it is and how good it looks. Oh, it's so OP. I love it. I can see so many more people playing as a mage now. It's had the power up that it needed. They've done such a good job with it. And I believe they've also added new imbuement effects as well. Let's just try this out. Let's give it a swing. Oh yeah, they've got that like trail now. That looks really cool. That's so cool. Okay, I just want to blast these people again. Oh, I can't get enough of this. I think we should probably check out the next spell. So the gravity spell has also had some improvements. Of course, the visuals look a lot better, and it feels a lot better to use as well. Merging it together looks better, but it still essentially does the same thing as it did before. It creates a gravity field where there is no gravity and people can float. You can mess around with people, and if you really want to, send them flying. However, the gravity spell has had some new features added to it. For example, the gravity jump. If you cast a spell like this, you can propel yourself in the air. Now obviously I'm using infinite mana to be able to spam it like this, but as you can see, we're actually almost flying there with the gravity spell. And you can also use it to slow you down when you're falling. I'll just get myself up here a second, just bear with me, and a few more, there we go. So if you find yourself facing a large fall, all you have to do is cast a spell. And as you can see, we can kind of like hover like Iron Man. This looks pretty cool. And we could just drop in whenever we wanted. You just throw a rock at me? Hell no. And that's the gravity spell, guys. So now it's time to take a look at some of the new features added to the staff. So if we imbue the staff with fire, you can still cast fireballs from it like you could before. Just like this. I think you've got to give it a bit of a swing momentum now to get it to work properly. But if we just imbue it again, they've now added a fire slam ability for the staff. Let's just hit it off the ground a second. You can see it brings a fireball in to just destroy your enemy. Let's give it another go. There we go. We had a better view of it that time. Let's give it another go again. It's kind of hard to see, but as you can see, it does the job. It can be quite effective. Let's give it another little go here. Let's give it a little slam on the ground, a little tap. Boom. Okay. It didn't work that time. Maybe you have to be a certain distance away for it to work properly. Let's just give it another go again. Okay, no, that did try to work that time. So it is slightly getting it. It's not perfect yet, but it is still a beta. Let's give it another test here. There we go, that took her out. Whereas you could cast fireballs from a fire imbued staff before, now you can cast sparks of lightning from a lightning imbued staff. And these sparks are deadly. As you can see, they cut heads off. And the slam is just shockingly good. It just paralyzes everybody. I'm pretty sure it does a lot of damage to them as well. You can tell they've really spent a lot of time and effort working on the magic in the game, and it really shows. They've done a really good job. And I can see myself using magic a lot more often, I think. Come on then. You guys think you can take me on now? I've become the most powerful mage that existed. And I'm sure you guys have worked out by now that they've also added a gravity one. Check this out. This has to be one of the coolest staff features I've seen so far. With gravity imbued in the staff, you can force pull any object you want towards you and use it to beat your enemies. And I suspect you can also use it to try and pull the weapons out of the enemy's hands. I think I just managed to... Yeah, there we go. We've kind of got it. I just can't seem to yank it out of his hand. Never mind. But we can pick up other large heavy objects like this rock. Look at that. Totally in our control. And then we can use these objects to beat down our opponents if you're feeling extra cruel. Just like so. Oh, there we go. Crushed. That's actually really cool. This has to be my favourite feature, to be honest. It gives you like direct control of your environment as a mage. And it gives you this like OP power complex. But of course the ability would be a little bit more nerfed if you wasn't using infinite mana like I was for this demonstration. But still, it's still very powerful and very cool. Let's just give it another gravity shock here. Even the visuals on that look better. So the final new feature I want to talk about today is the new combat animations they've been working on, making combat feel less predictable and more fluid. And generally just a little bit more challenging and more enjoyable. Still not, you know, incredibly difficult. You're still going to slaughter these guys if you've got any type of skill, but it makes them feel a little bit less animatronic, if you know what I mean. Just a little bit more fluid in their moves. And it seems to be going quite well so far. I'm enjoying it. Obviously, it's a work in progress. This isn't by any means going to be their final product, but I could live with it. I'm having quite a good time. This combat feels quite smooth, actually. And you're not seeing the same repetitive animations just repeated over and over again, which is what I like. Even though they don't seem to be doing much for defense right now. They don't seem to be able to defend against me very much, but then they never have done, really, have they? And I don't imagine that they really ever will stand much chance. Oh, it's a lot of fun though. You have to give them credit. They've done a good job of it. Oh, that's a nice finish. I've also noticed another cool little feature while fighting these guys, and that's if you manage to grab one of these guys by the face. That's a strange animation. So yeah, anyway, as I was saying, if you manage to grab one of these guys by the face, do you hear that sound? You can actually grab them over the mouth and they make vocal noises. It's quite cool and quite dark when you think about it. Okay guys, that's going to be it for today. If you would like to try out the U11 beta for yourself, all you have to do is go onto Steam and opt into the beta yourself. If you've enjoyed this video, just smash that like button for me, and of course, if you haven't already, subscribing for more. I'm Father Gamer and I'll see you next time.